Levi here, the Outdoor Cowboy, and welcome back to the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing a backpacking food review. We've got some of the most popular freeze-dried meals for backpacking or survival, and we're going to be comparing them. We're going to talk about price, nutrients, how easy they are to make, and then at the end, we're going to be doing a taste test to see which one me and my wife like best. And then along with the freeze-dried camping meals, we also have one of the most common survival meals ever made, and that is a military MRE. So we're going to be trying this as well with the freeze-dried meals. And stick around for the bonus segment at the end where we try freeze-dried desserts. So let's get eating and saddle up for the ride. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about and trying some of the most common survival freeze-dried backpacking meals that you can get. And we're going to be talking about them, what their price is, what kind of nutrients you can find in it, how to make them, and then we're going to be doing a taste test to see which one tastes best. So the brands that we have are Peak Refuel, Backpacker's Pantry, Mountain House, and then a standard military MRE. And besides the MRE, the other three brands are just the three that I found would be most common for most people, so they're the ones I wanted to try. It seems like you can find them in most Cabela's or Sportsman's or REI's and other similar stores all across the country and across the world as well. And to kind of keep it standardized for these three, you'll notice that we got the chicken Alfredo for all of them. Chicken Alfredo is one of my favorite meals, so I thought it'd be fun to try it just to see which ones are good. And my wife's going to join us as well to rank them by flavor. And we'll let you know which ones are our favorites. But it'll definitely depend on flavor and what your preferences are. So we're just going to tell you what we like and what we found in the chicken Alfredos. But I've tried various flavors from all these brands, and they all have different ones that are really good and some of them that are bad. So you'll have to just try them and find your preference to see which ones you can take backpacking or when you're in the outdoors. So we're just going to be going through these real quick. We're just going to talk about the price, what nutrients you'll find in them, and then how to make them. And then at the end, we'll make all of them and do the taste test. And our freeze-dried packages like this are all 2 serving sizes, so that'll be consistent for those 3. But our MRE is just 1 serving, so we'll take that into account as we talk about the nutrients in them. And for the MRE, I wasn't able to find a chicken Alfredo, so I asked a family member that's in the military for what the worst MRE is. And they said one of the worst is beef ravioli in meat and textured soy protein sauce. So that sounds delicious. Just kidding. I'm kind of scared for it, but we just thought we'd throw it in. There are some good MREs, and there's a lot of reviews online of MREs, so if you think you're gonna go this route, definitely check the reviews and things out for which ones would be best, but we're just gonna give this one a try just for the fun of it. And like I said, at the end, we're gonna be doing a bonus segment where we're gonna try out some freeze-dried desserts. And these are also made by Mountain House and Peak Refuel. So after we try the meals, we'll give those a try and let you know how good they are, because you gotta have good desserts and treats and yummy stuff when you're in the outdoors. So that's the plan. Let's jump into it with our cheapest freeze-dried meal. And our cheapest one, right at $12, is our Mountain House Chicken Alfredo. And these prices should be the same. I looked at what I could find on the internet across all stores, and they were about this for all of them. So you might find them on sale, which is awesome, or they might be a little bit more, but this is how much they were for me. So our cheapest one, $12, our fettuccine chicken Alfredo from Mountain House. And for the nutrients, we're just gonna talk about calories, because I think calories are important. Calories is going to be the biggest thing that gives you energy when you're in the outdoors, so making sure you get enough calories in because you're probably going to be burning a lot of calories. So we'll hit calories, and then we'll go grams of fat, carbs, and then protein. So for our Mountain House, it is 410 calories per serving, and since these are 2 servings, it'll be 820 calories for the whole thing. And for the rest of the things, we'll just talk about the whole package. So for 2 servings, so fat, it's 46 grams, carbs is 64 grams, and protein is 34 grams. So that's the nutrients on the Mountain House Chicken Alfredo. Our next one is our Backpacker's Pantry Chicken Alfredo. And this one is just the next price up. It's just $1 more. So the last one was $12. This one is $12.99, so just about $13. And again, it's 2 servings, and it's 590 calories for both servings, which I was definitely surprised with. It was quite a bit less. It's about 230 calories less than the Mountain House that we had, and 240 less than the Peak that we'll be talking about next. So that was kind of surprising. And then fat is 18 grams, carbs is 69 grams, and protein is 40 grams. So that's our Backpacker's Pantry. And then last, we have our Peak Refuel, which, like I said, is 830 calories. So the most calories, just 10 more than the Mountain House. Which calories aren't necessarily everything. Obviously the nutrients within them, making sure you have good protein and good fat to burn is definitely important, but it's something to think about because you're probably going to be burning a lot of calories when you're in the outdoors. And then for this one, fat is 46 grams, total carbs is 46 grams, and protein is our most with 48 grams. And then lastly, we'll just touch on the MRE real quick. I couldn't find an exact price for this because there's things all over. You can find them on eBay. There's some stores that sell them, It seems like they're around $10 or so for this one specifically, but there's also a ton of MREs, so it's kind of hard to find a price on it, but about $8 to $10 is what I found. But remember, this one is only one serving, and it is 220 calories with 5 grams of protein, 32 grams of carbs, and 12 grams of protein. But our MRE does have a surprise in it, so let's open this up and we'll show it. So our freeze-dried meals are just the chicken Alfredo, that's all you get inside of them. But in our MRE package, not only do we get our beef ravioli, we also get some Pop-Tarts and a Tootsie Roll. So that's kind of awesome that this one comes with both of those. These would make great snacks, would be fun to snack on. And will hopefully make the bad taste that I'm not really excited for a little bit better. So that right there is all the meals we're gonna be trying today. They're all great options and they weigh almost nothing. They take up very little space, which is why I wanted to make a review of them, because I use these all the time. They're super easy, super quick. And like I said, we're gonna talk about how to make them, which the nicest thing is you just need boiling water for all of these. For the Mountain House, you need 1 1/3 cup. For the Backpacker's Pantry, you need 1 1/2 cup. And for the Peak Refuel, you need 3/4 of a cup. A little bit different, but in the end, they're all about the same time. They're all about 8 to 15 minutes, so pretty quick, and it's just something you gotta think ahead of. So get your water boiling, set it down, go set up camp, set up your tent, something like that, and your food will be ready in a few minutes. So let's get all these opened up, we'll get water in them, and then we'll be ready for our taste test. Here's what our Mountain House looks like. It looks pretty good. We got our noodles, the powder in there, which probably turns into the sauce, and some chicken chunks, so looks pretty good, and it smells pretty good, so excited for this one. Here's our Backpacker's Pantry. Looks pretty similar, got the powdered sauce. The noodles look the same. I will say that the chicken looks slightly less appetizing, but I'm sure when we get boiling water in there to cook it, it'll look good. There's our Peak Refuel. Got a different kind of noodles, but everything else looks pretty similar, which I will say I have had this one before, and it is really good. So I'm excited to have this one again, and I'm excited to try the other two because I haven't tried the chicken Alfredo the other two. But they're not paying me or anything, so I won't be biased in my review of these because I want to find out which one's best, because I'm going to be taking these on different backpacking trips. So we got these all opened up. We'll get some boiling water thrown in here, get them cooking, and then we'll give these a try. All right, so here we've got our meals opened up, and we will start with the Mountain House, which it says it takes 1 1/3 cup of boiling water. So we've been boiling our water. And instructions say to just carefully add that much, stir carefully, and reseal the package. I usually just like to shake it like this. I think that works for stirring, just for the original one. And you want to make sure to seal these really good, because you don't want boiling water coming out, either spilling or spilling onto you, which can hurt. And then we'll set a timer for 5 minutes for this one, and then we will stir it, reseal it, and then it goes for an additional 4 minutes. And then our next one is our Backpacker's Pantry, which for this one, you add 1.5 cups of boiling water. And then it's very similar instructions. We will seal it. You're supposed to stir it and then seal it, but I like to just seal it and kind of shake it up, which you definitely want to make sure it's sealed good, or else you get boiling water all over. And this one is 1.5 cups of boiling water, wait for 8 minutes, and then we'll stir it again, reseal, and wait for 7 more minutes. So got that one right there. We'll set a timer for 8 minutes. All right, then our next one is going to be our Peak, which for this one you add 3/4 cup of boiling water. So I'll add that in. And then this one's instructions are a little bit different. You don't have to open it up and stir it and then let it sit for a little longer. It just says to let it sit for 10 minutes. So that's what we'll do. You can pretty much do it with anything. I've found it doesn't matter too much. As long as you get the water in there and stirred around and you let it sit for a while, just to let the noodles and stuff cook inside and get rehydrated, it'll work just fine. So if you want to open this one and restir it, that's totally fine, but you definitely don't have to. Just like that, we got them all cooking. And our Mountain House timer is up for the first round, so we will open this up. It's looking pretty good already. We'll grab our spatula and just give it a nice mix in there. It's looking great. So I'll reseal this one after stirring it, and then it says to let it sit for an additional 4 minutes. And now we're on to our MRE, which is a little bit different in how it's made. And if you've never made one, it's kind of odd. So you have this little pouch that you tear off the top just like this. And then if you see, this thing inside is a little heater. So we'll get this guy opened up. And then you'll put your pouch of beef ravioli in there, just like that. And then we have a little fill line here. And so you hold the heater and your food above the fill line, and you just pour in normal water until you reach that fill line. So just like that, we're right at the fill line. And now we can push our heater and the food down. And then what we're gonna do is fold over the top. And then this cardboard thing that it came with doubles as a pouch just like this. So we'll put it in the pouch just like that. And then this is gonna get really hot, so we're just gonna lean this up against our bench right there. It says 10 to 15 minutes based on the air temperature, so we're gonna do about 13 minutes. It's pretty cold out right now, but we'll do that and we'll see what happens. So just like that, we got all of them cooking. So once they're done, we'll give them a taste test. All right, we got all of our meals all cooked, so they're ready to eat. So we're gonna go through them in the order that we went through them earlier by price. So we're gonna start with the Mountain House, then we'll go to the Backpacker's Pantry, and then we'll end with the Peak Refuel. And for some reason, my MRE did not work. The heater would not activate. I tried to like mix it around, a bunch of things. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow to get one to work. I have a couple others, so hopefully one of them works. Hopefully that one was just like defective or something. And if I'm able to get it work, we'll throw in the footage at the end of us trying the MRE, because I've heard it's pretty bad. But let's jump into the ones that we have. All right, we're actually gonna start with an MRE taste test because I could not save the worst for last. The other ones that we try are much better than this, but it's just a couple days later. So we're gonna start off with this guy. I got it warmed up and the top ripped off, so it's ready to get eaten. And I couldn't really figure out why I wasn't able to get my MRE to heat up. It must have been a defective heater pack or something like that, but those heaters that they come with are really cool. They're a mix of some different elements, but I know that two major ones are magnesium and iron, and they're water activated. That's why we poured water into the little pouch. We didn't actually pour water into the food itself. MREs aren't freeze dried like our other meals were, so you could technically eat these cold and they would be fine, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give this the best chance it had, so I heated it up. But those heaters are really cool. When they touch water, the magnesium and the iron react with the water to create an exothermic reaction, which means they produce a lot of heat. I believe they get up to about 180 to 200 degrees, which is what heats up your food. So we got our beef ravioli in a meat and textured soy protein sauce all heated up, which it actually looks better than I thought it would. You can tell it's ravioli with meat. I think I was just scared with the textured soy protein sauce. So it doesn't smell very good. You can like tell that there's a hint of ravioli, but it's kind of just gross. So, which real quick before we jump in, I wanted to give another shout out to the MREs. We touched on how they come with Tootsie Rolls and Pop-Tarts. They also not only come with some salt and a moist towelette, they also come with these vacuum sealed crackers that are as hard as concrete, and then a little thing of apple jelly as well. So kind of awesome that it comes with all these things. Like we talked about, our MREs, a lot less calories than our other meals, but it does give you a bunch of other things for snacks and just to keep you full. And being able to eat it without heating up, I think, is also a plus that we have to point out, because these are obviously made for extreme situations where maybe you don't have time to heat it up or you don't have the resources. So these could be good to keep, because you can't really eat the freeze-dried ones without water. I guess you could throw it in your mouth and like soak on a noodle at a time and soak on a piece of chicken, and your mouth would rehydrate it and you could eat it, but that would take a long time and probably not be very appetizing. So kind of awesome that it comes with these. And I've heard there's a challenge with the cracker. I think it's to finish one of these in like 30 seconds or 60 seconds without any water, because they are just super dry. So let's give our ravioli a try. That is disgusting. I don't know what's in there, but that is nasty. It smells better than it tastes, actually, and it smells pretty bad. You can like smell that there's some ravioli, but when you taste it, it doesn't taste like ravioli at all. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty bad. Obviously, if you're in a survival situation, any calories will work, and if this is all you got, then it'll be a good option. But compared to our chicken Alfredos that we're gonna taste here in just 1 second, this is a 0. We gotta give our cracker a quick try, and then we'll hop into the other ones. There it is, looking like a saltine, and you can just hear it as dry as can be. It also has 0 flavoring, but hey, pretty good, pretty fun. This would be a great snack that will last a super long time and take up almost no space. So that's our review of our MREs. Definitely has some strengths, but tastes the worst by far. So now let's go taste some good freeze-dried chicken Alfredos and do our taste test to see which meal tastes the best. So let's jump into it. So first we have is our Mountain House chicken Alfredo. So we'll open her up, give her a good old mix. It smells pretty good. There's some good spices in there. The noodles look really good. So I have my wonderful wife here, and we're gonna be giving them a taste test. We will give them a rating and then a rank, and at the end we'll tell you which one is our favorite. So get a little spoonful of everything in there. don't burn your mouth. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty yummy. Can't see super well, but it looks like a good pasta.
It doesn't look gross.
No, it looks pretty good. Here's a nice spoonful for you. Open up wide. Just kidding. It looks really good. Yeah. Tastes delicious.
The chicken is just kind of like little soft bits.
I would be very happy with that
It's
in the outdoors.
Pretty creamy.
It is very creamy. So it's also nice. It serves as like a little hand warmer, so it keeps your hands warm, which is a huge bonus. So
you could probably eat one of these yourself, but
yeah, I've definitely eaten a lot of these by myself. I know they say 2 servings, but if you shared this with someone, you'd probably still be hungry. So I would definitely recommend not have 1 serving per person. So
especially if you've been out all day.
Yes, for sure. So we're gonna eat a little more of this, not get too full. We'll move on to the next one. Oh, we forgot to do our rating for this one.
Oh yeah.
I am going to give this, and this is
out of 10. Or?
Yeah, we're gonna do a rating out of 10,
okay.
And it's going to be for backpacking meals. We're not comparing this to Olive Garden or anything like that. So I'm gonna give it an 8.3 because it was pretty good. I think there might be better, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an 8.
8 point. There we go. So just like that, about a 8.1, 8.2 average. So pretty delicious right now. First place.
Yeah.
All right, and then our next one is our Backpacker's Pantry. It's definitely got some more seasonings, and it might have like some peppers or something. Open up. A rich Parmesan butter sauce is what it says.
It looks like it has like veggies or something.
Yeah, I think it might have like some peppers in it, possibly.
Looks like dried tomatoes.
Or maybe they're dried tomatoes. It's cooked pretty well. The noodles are really good, but
it's not as creamy.
It's not as creamy. It's definitely like more separated, kind of oily. Flavor is definitely not as good. She doesn't really like it very much. I mean, it's not like bad. It still smells really good. Great hand warmer.
It's definitely more like earthy, healthy tasting.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Which maybe if you're in the outdoors, that's what you want. But usually that's not what I want. But still pretty good. And like we mentioned, this one has the least calories out of all of them. Like 220, 230 less, which is interesting. Because it's about the same amount of food. Still 2 servings. But it's still pretty good. I'll give it a 6.8.
I was going to give it like a 5.5.
5.5. So, new last place, Backpacker's Pantry. All right, now we're on to our last one, which is our Peak Refuel, which I talked this one up earlier, so I hope it's good, because I told you guys that I liked it earlier.
Yeah.
So give it a little mix. This one smells really good, and like I mentioned, it has different kinds of noodles. It's got like the curly kind, so open up. This one's definitely quite creamy, which is a good sign.
That one's good.
That one's flavor is good.
Yeah.
Like
it has a richer flavor than the Mountain House.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. It's just such a creamy, it just really tastes like a nice Alfredo with some good Parmesan cheese. I like would almost expect this in a restaurant. It's like that good.
Yeah.
But this is pretty delicious. A little higher. This one is even Oakley approved. She smelled it, came right over. So if you want to get your dog a backpacking meal, get her the Peak.
Depending on her dietary restrictions.
Yeah, if your dog is into chicken Alfredo. Okay,
I don't know. The Mountain House was good though.
It was.
I think it just depends, but
I'm gonna give this one a 9.2.
Okay.
So just barely over the Mountain House.
I think I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay, there we go.
So.
A little bit better. So this one is the most expensive at about $13, $14. So it's good that it tastes the best because it was the most expensive. But the Mountain House is definitely surprising for being the cheapest one. Still having a lot of calories and a lot of nutrients, but it's about $2 cheaper than the Peak one. So just like that, the Peak one is in first place. The Mountain House is in second place. And then in third place is the Backpacker's Pantry. But they were all really good. It was interesting to see the different calories and different nutrients in them, even the different ways to cook them. They're all pretty similar, but we were surprised with how good they all tasted. They were all pretty good. Definitely wouldn't be disappointed with any of them. I've definitely had some like kind of bad freeze-dried meals that like didn't seem worth it, but I think all these would be worth it. I think they all taste pretty good. But just like that, that's our review of our freeze-dried backpacking meals. Now for the bonus segment, let's move on to our desserts. All right, so now for our desserts, we have 2 freeze-dried options. We have the Mountain House ice cream bar, which it looks exactly like an ice cream bar, but it's freeze-dried, so it's not like cold or anything. So this will be kind of interesting. And then our next one is from Peak, and they are the cookie bites, which these look super good, so we're excited to try these. So let's get these guys opened up.
It even comes wrapped like the frozen kind.
Looks exactly like a frozen one.
I saw they have, this is just the plain vanilla, but they have a mint chocolate chip flavor as well.
That would be good. We're not gonna read the nutrients for these ones, probably too many calories, but delicious, so doesn't even matter. All right, there's our ice cream bar. It looks exactly like a frozen one, it's just not cold. It is literally like styrofoam. Like, it just like snaps and crumbles.
It's so crazy.
It tastes like identical to an ice cream bar.
The chocolate is like, you can get the chocolate. The ice cream part is almost like, kind of like a marshmallow, like kind of foamy at first, but it's still like crunchy.
The flavor is so good. It is, the flavor is like identical to an ice cream bar. So these are delicious. We love these. They don't weigh anything. It's basically just air. So it'd be super easy to pack one of these in and would be an awesome treat that you could even eat part of, save the rest of it. But super delicious. Would definitely recommend getting yourself a freeze-dried ice cream bar. Super good. Would pack super light and small and would last for a super long time. So pretty delicious. All right, now we're on to our cookie bites. And like I said earlier, these are a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. So.
And they also had brownie bites.
Yep. And strawberry cheesecake bites as well.
Yeah.
Which we've tried the brownie bites before and they're super good, but we haven't tried the cheesecake bites. So we definitely want to try those because we both really like cheesecake. Here's what they look like. Kind of look like dog food a little bit.
Oh, don't say that. I was gonna say they look like Reese's Puffs.
We'll go with Reese's Puffs. That's a little better. The brownie bites, they're just like the perfect shape and size of dog food, which is just unfortunate. But you can see they have little chocolate chips in them, so we'll give them a shot.
Definitely taste the peanut butter.
Yep, very peanut buttery. These ones do have 11 grams of protein though, which is kind of awesome. Probably due to the peanut butter in them, but they are just super delicious and super nice. They come in a pretty big bag. These ones are pretty full with cookie bites and they're really good, really small. You could just take a little handful out, eat them while you're hiking around or setting up camp. So I don't know which one I would rank number 1 or 2 out of these. The ice cream bar is so good. It tastes exactly like it. It's just like a crazy sensation, so I definitely would recommend it. But these ones are probably a little bit better of a snack while you're out and about because you can just eat a couple of them and they even have a little bit more protein, a little bit more nutrients than an ice cream bar does. But both of these are great options for having a little sweet thing when you're out in the outdoors. Definitely goes a long ways if you're cold, if you're tired, anything like that. Having something a little sugary can just help lift your spirits and give you a little more energy. So just like that, there's a review of our freeze-dried backpacking survival meals. We talked about the nutrients in them, which they all have great nutrients, and that's really the most important thing when you're in the outdoors. A lot of times you're very physical, so you're going to be using a lot of calories. So it's important to replenish your body, replenish its nutrients, so that you can have energy. It's super important that you listen to your body when you're in the outdoors. Make sure you're eating food, even if you don't necessarily want to, because sometimes you'll be doing stuff and it doesn't seem convenient to eat food. But it's super important that you get stuff inside of you. And as we found today, there are some really good options for things you can have. And we just tried different versions of chicken Alfredos. These brands have tons of options. And they even have breakfast options. Some of them even have like peach cobblers and berry cobblers, even different desserts like that. We saw there's even a cheesecake one. So there's tons of options and it's really just up to you on what you like and what you think would be best. And just give them a try. They're even fun just to have for dinner with your family if you're not in the outdoors. Obviously, there's probably better foods, but it can be fun just to try them and see what you like for when you go into the outdoors. And if you guys have watched my videos, you know that there are tons of options for food you can have when you're in the outdoors. We've made steak and mushrooms, paninis, a bunch of different things. So you really can just get creative, but these are super nice sometimes if that's just what you need. If you just need something that packs super small and light and all you can have is water. Stuff like this is great if you're in an area where either having a fire is hard or not allowed, because all you need to do is boil a little bit of water. And so you can just pack a little stove with you, put some water in there from your water bottle, pour it right in. So just want to do a review on these because I think they're a great option. And if you're a beginner getting into the outdoors, this is a great place to start because it can be hard to coordinate and kind of think about different meals when you're in the outdoors, whether stuff has to be refrigerated or you have to pack it or there's like a bunch of ingredients. That can be kind of hard to think about on top of already trying to learn how to survive in the outdoors. So I think these are great options if you're a beginner, if you're looking for something new, or if you're just looking for something easy. But we hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed learning about them, the different nutrients, different options that there are in the market, and enjoyed watching us eat them. We had a fun time, we enjoy doing stuff like this, so if you want to see more different versions of this with different kinds or different brands, or just more cooking stuff in the future, comment down below. But we hope you enjoyed it, learned something new, and are excited to get outdoors and try some of these things. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Definitely go check out the Outdoor Cowboy merch, which a portion of all sales from the Outdoor Cowboy merch gets donated to some awesome foundations that are doing some incredible things to preserve our outdoors, which we're super grateful for. So that's why we donate some of the proceeds to them. So definitely go check some out. It's awesome stuff, and we'll be adding more stuff over time, so definitely check up on it. But we really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a ton for the support, and we'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, make sure to check out the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. We've got new videos every week, survival adventures, camping projects, tool restorations, and a whole bunch more. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.